My wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I welcome you to Skolante TV, where we bring to you news that concerns the restoration of Biafra and freedom all over the world. In this video, I will be bringing to you what actually happened in Biafra land. The Biafran Liberation Army capturing one of the terrorists that happens to be a Yoruba man and freed him. But before they freed him, he had to say something to his colleagues. And also you will hear Sunday Bohu thanking our PM, Mazi Simon Ekpa, for how he allowed one of their citizens that actually works with the terrorists to leave without being sent to judgment, because you know the Biafran Liberation Army, they don't know how to make noise. They always send people to God so that God will be the one to judge. So, and also the so-called military, they came, they did not debunk it, they actually accepted but lied a little bit just to cover their shame. All these and many more you will get in this video. But before we dive into it, let me quickly welcome back to my channel those of you that have been following my videos, and if you are new, I welcome you and urge you to do well to click that like button, subscribe to my channel, press that bell icon so anytime I upload another video you will be well notified. Other than that, let's jump into it immediately. So we are starting with this from our PM, and he says, breaking, this is our gift to the Yoruba nation. Corporal Adewale was captured by the Biafran Liberation Army. He will be freed today to join his family as a gift to Yoruba people. We call on Yorubas to recall all their servicemen serving Nigeria within Biafra land and killing our people in Biafra land. This will never repeat itself again. The highest command of the Biafran Defense Forces has ordered his release as a strong message to the Nigerian terrorist states and terrorist army. He will be given transportation fare to enable him return to his family. Those of you still killing our people in Biafra land, you may not be this lucky. So that is a message from the highest command himself in the name of Prime Minister Simon Ekpa Njoku. Let us now hear from the man that they captured and sent back as a gift. Let us hear him.
Ahua, sir. What is your name?
My name is 06 5412 Corporal Terror1st from Nigeria Army System Brigade. I'm serving in 16th Brigade Nigeria until I travel this Okigwe, which I entered the Biafra Liberation Army, and as they helped me since almost 2 or 3 days now. They made sure that they didn't do me any evil. They tell me that they are fighting for the liberation of the Biafra, that everything about me they want to know, and that's why I'm explaining. And they don't do me any evil since I come. They take care of me as I beg them to forgive me and pardon me for a second chance in life. So they said they have heard me, that they are not to harm me or they are not wicked people. All what they want is to make sure that the Biafra liberate. So that is the reason why I'm here, begging, and they said they have listened to me, that they will consider me, that they are not wicked people, that they will give me second chance.
What do you say is your name?
Corporal Terror1st.
You are a Yoruba man?
Yes, sir.
A Yoruba man. You see now that, and now you are in the hands of the Biafran Liberation Army.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the difference between the Zoo Janjaweed and the Biafran Liberation Army?
Yes, sir. I've seen the difference. It's not like the way we treated the Biafra people, the way they treated the IPOB. So this very one, if people take care of me, you don't harm me, you don't do me any, you only ask me some questions. As an answer, you say you are going to give me second chance.
Now, we are going to give you the second chance with one condition, that you will leave, you are going to leave Biafra land and never to come back again until Biafra is fully restored.
Yes, sir.
You now, what message do you have for your brothers, those idiots still remaining in that zoo military, that terrorist camp? What do you have to tell your brothers, those ones there? What message do you have for them?
My advice for my people that they still remain in the armed forces, Yoruba and the Igbo, whosoever, my advice for them is for everybody to go back to his own area, his own state, his own region, so that everybody will go on their own. That is my advice for them.
Tell them, call them, those ones in remaining from that place that you serve. Tell them your name so that they will see you very clearly. They know you. Tell your colleagues.
My advice to the soldier in 16th Brigade is that they should make sure that they resign and go to their own various area, because make the Nigeria divide, everybody go on their own. That is my advice for them. As you can see, the Biafra is a thing that it must come to the past. As the people are agitating, make our people, everybody go on their own. That is my advice for them.
What message do you also have for your president, your Janjaweed president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
My advice for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to stop looking for Simon Ekpa, and to share the nation, let the Biafra people go, and any other people that they seek for their own nation, so that everybody will be on their own and peace will be. That is my advice.
So this message is for those people out there talking rubbish that Biafran Liberation Army, that we are terrorists. Look at the Fulani terrorists, the Fulani Janjaweed, the Nigerian terrorists, the Nigerian Janjaweed, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is your security. See, our strong message to you, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you have heard it from your so-called terrorist soldier. Release Nnamdi Kanu and stop looking for Biafran Liberation Army commanders. You cannot get them. We are not evil like you people. As you are leaving this particular place today, you are going back to Yoruba land. Go and fight for your own nation. We are Biafran Liberation Army. We are not terrorists. We believe and practice. You cannot fight the Igbos. You cannot fight us. We cannot fight Biafran Liberation Army. We are giving you a very strong message to divide this.
Yes.
Ahua.
Sir.
Okay, my people, so I believe we have heard it. I just allowed it to roll. Okay, so we've heard the message that was passed to the terrorist soldier. Happens to be a Yoruba man. So some people thought that it was a joke, but if you think that it is a joke, you can make a call. He said his name, right? He said his division. You can make a call and verify yourself, because everything that we do there are criminals that will come, the people that even claim that they are fighting for Biafra in the name of the criminals in DOS with their talks. they will come and be talking rubbish because they can't do what the brigade is doing today and prime minister. So that's why they are envious of the successes that brigade is achieving just under 2 years, not even up to 2 years that brigade was established. Okay, and they are achieving so much, so they are envious of that, talking rubbish. You see how this man was saved. Okay, so let us listen and hear Sunday Igboho speaking to our PM.
Good evening, our Prime Minister of Biafra Liberation. Thank you so much for my brother that you released today. I'm very appreciate you. God bless you. Then I use this opportunity to thank all the Biafra army for your support and cooperation, for the render you are doing for me every time, the render you are doing for all the Yoruba people. In fact, I don't know how to appreciate you, but God knows I'm very appreciate, and God bless you. God bless you. For the release of our brother, I'm very appreciate. God bless you. Thank you so much. My name is Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho.
Okay, my people, I believe you heard him. That is Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. Okay, so he was grateful to what our PM did and extended a hand of fellowship to our PM. So right now, let us go and check out the response that came from the terrorist military of the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom. So the Vanguard carried the news and PM responded to the zoo military that said what they said, as Vanguard kind of posted what they said. And they said Simon Ekpa that army condemns IPOB's savagery, calls for international action. Oh, these terrorists are just funny. Okay, the zoo military now wrote, the Nigerian army has strongly condemned the brutal treatment of innocent citizens, including a retired ex-corporal, Tori Ola Adewale, by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and the Biafran Liberation Army. So for you to understand, you know that these people never use the word Biafra Liberation Army. Never. They always use the word ESN. But this one has forced them to use the word Biafra Liberation Army. Okay. So because of the woto they have gotten this time around, so that name, they could no longer hide it. They had to say it. So, but the only difference is that they still said IPOB, and which everybody must have understood because PM has made it clear many times. Even Mazen Amdekano said it before, okay, that the IPOB structure is an organization. However, the IPOB generally is all Biafrans. They are called all indigenous people of Biafra. That's the word IPOB. But IPOB as an organization is no longer fighting for Biafra after they sold our leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. So the people that metamorphosed to government in exile are the real genuine IPOB. So they are the ones that are fighting for freedom, and all of them are under Biafra Republic government in exile under the leadership of Mazi Simon Ekpa. So that is what is happening today. Okay, so and the army for the first time has recognized the name Biafra Liberation Army. So let's continue. So PM now responded to them and said, the terrorists are openly crying. Have you now confirmed that we are not ESN? We are also not IPOB as an organization, but government in exile and de facto government in homeland. Try to correct that too. They should try and correct that as well. That's what it means. Okay, so my people, this is what came from the military. So nobody will say that it is fake, because the military people did not do what? They did not debunk it. They accepted that this guy is one of them. But you know, they lied, because if you hear what they said ex-corporal, which is a lie. Okay, they said ex-corporal, and you will hear where in some other places you will hear where so many people do not even believe them. You understand? People don't believe these people again because they know that they lie. Okay, so their integrity is drawn down to zero. Nobody trusts them anymore. So that is the response that they got from our PM. And my people, you can see that we are winning. If we are not winning them, you can see that they say that they are calling on international body. No, so now they are crying out to international body. Let us hear what few analysis from the people that are just analyzing the whole thing. Let's hear just few analysis, and for you to hear what the presenter said, knowing that these terrorists don't even have pedigree anymore.
Some quotas of the opinion that the later form the Nigerian army to international bodies is more like a way to stop Simon Ekpa from going on with the November 29th conference or convention Cries organizes in Finland. Remember, he made mention of 50 million people voting in referendum for Biafra or for IPOB. He also shared a line of thought.
Okay, my people, before he answered this, okay, you can see that the whole zoo is shaking. Everybody, all the media houses are shaking. Why? The upcoming November 29 and December 2nd, okay, is actually shaking everybody, because that is the day that our declaration will take place, and these people can't even breathe anymore. So that is the question that this presenter tabled to ask this man, so that he will respond, and listen and hear his response.
I don't necessarily think so. I think that the Simon Ekpa issue is a long-standing one, and I'm not sure that the call from the Nigerian army is necessarily targeted at a particular event that is coming up. I think it's probably more them. In my opinion, I think they're even playing to the gallery to an extent. I haven't particularly taken their call seriously, for one simple reason. The Nigerian army is notorious with its human rights records, in those theaters where they have been in.
Okay, so let us break it down, okay, before we continue. Everybody should really understand that these people are analyzing the events, okay, because everybody is actually seeing what is going on. And this man started by saying that everybody knows that Nigeria government or Nigeria terrorist military is very, very notorious, meaning that they are evil. They have criminal acts. Their records are not credible at all. Okay, so they carry out nefarious activities. That is exactly what he is saying. So for us to be calling them terrorists, it's still aligned with what this man is actually saying right here. That people know that they play notorious activities. So that is people. And you know, many of these guys, because subsequently you will hear him saying some things, but they don't like to mention the main thing. They don't like to say the truth because they are even afraid that they may even be arrested or kidnapped by these people.
Operations trying to combat whatever forces, you know, they might feel that they are legitimately combating. Legitimately so. You know, but in the process of defending the territorial integrity of your country, there are rules and conventions all over the world with regards to how you treat even enemy combatants. And the Nigerian army has not been particularly, they've not painted themselves in glory.
How they carry out the operations is going to, you know, deter the international organization from listening to their calls or their...
Yeah, I think that their call will be taken with a pinch of salt. It almost seems as like a bit of sarcasm to me. Like, you know, like everybody, so to put it in common parlance, hey, Shebi, every time you people are carrying us to ICC and carrying us to Amnesty International, now we too want to go to ICC and Amnesty International. It looks that way to me, you know.
Okay, if we listen to this man very well, he is saying that he's like, he doesn't see what the terrorist military in Nigeria are doing as being serious, that they are calling the Amnesty and ICC International to help them and all that. Okay, that he's saying it that they are just kind of being sarcastic. So because that they are doing it like these people have been always crying to these international bodies for help, so let them now mimic, you know, them the way they do. That's what he has actually saying. Now my question is, so it means that all of them, including this man, you know, analyzing this thing now, know that the Biafran people, that they have been marginalized, killed, maimed, and all those things, destabilized, burnt their houses. So he knows that Biafran people have been calling for international bodies, ICC and Amnesty International and all that. They have been calling all these people to come to our aid. So he knows. But none of them re-echoed all those things. Today, the same people, because you know you can't persecute someone for so long and not thinking that the person will rebel against you. So today, the Biafran people have actually rebelled against that subjugation, torture, degrading treatment, and now carried the same gun that made them to feel superior. All of them now came out and started condemning. But you knew that Biafrans have been crying for help, that they will just go outside to just, you know, voice out their dissatisfaction in that terrorist country, that the marginalization is so much that they need to go back to their own country. They will begin to shoot live bullets on those people, and they have massacred our people in thousands, not to talk of the millions that they killed during the war. But this one, I'm talking about the present one in this 2000.
Because in my view, yes, the way the gentleman was treated was absolutely abominable and must be condemned.
Okay, you see what I'm saying? They always come out to condemn, abominable when it happens to their so-called terrorist military. Their so-called military, they will come out and begin to condemn. But the same criminals, terrorists, come to Biafra land, burn houses, regardless of elderly people that may be the ones occupying those houses. They don't care. They will burn down the houses. They will kill anybody that they can lay their guns on, and they will go. Nothing will happen. Now, just one person you touch from their own side, they will begin to shout, scream, we condemn in totality. That is what this man is just saying. He is beginning to condemn, but he knows that they have been killing our people, and our people have been crying. He will not say, do you know why all these things happen? These guys are afraid. That's the reason. They are actually afraid to talk. That's what happens. So we don't blame them. So let's continue.
I think that the Nigerian army are well equipped to go in and retrieve him and do whatever they need to do while staying within the ambits of the law. You know, so they don't have too much of my sympathy.
But we're having a double way in this story. The Nigerian army of the opinion that this man served, that the man is still in service. Now, is it that the Nigerian army don't really know the man's status?
No, I mean,
or are we having a discrepancy now to mean his own idea?
We have to go with the official statement from the Nigerian army. Nobody will know who works for the Nigerian army more than the Nigerian army themselves. So,
82 division, something happened in 82 division last some months ago, where a man, killed a woman allegedly. Though the Nigerian army were like they are looking into that. It happened there in 82 division. The Nigerian army of the opinion that the man who did that, it's not or was not recruited from the Joint Task Force, and they said he's not a repentant Boko Haram member. Whereas we have other information out there on the social media platform showing that this man was recruited from the Joint Task Force as a repentant Boko Haram member. So do you also think that we're seeing a clear notion of all the stories happening?
Well, it's. I guess we would have to take that as a separate case, and maybe that would call to question the integrity of the information that comes out of the Nigerian. And we do know, we've seen in the past that, they've not necessarily painted themselves in glory when it comes to even disseminating factual information about things that are going on. I remember the very unfortunate incident in 2020 where we all saw live videos. I saw live transmission, Instagram live feed, where bullets were being removed from people's legs. And then the Nigerian army came out in an official statement and said it was, what do they call it, doctored or something like that. That was a bit ridiculous. So they have a checkered history. And for me, it's the reason I'm a bit unsympathetic towards whatever they're saying now. I think the guy that is being maltreated by IPOB, if that is the case, should be rescued, and they should deal with them with the full force of the law and the might that they have, the might of the state. And that's not about that. Why are they going to the SEC? Okay. I don't understand that at all.
Thanks. Okay, before the other man will respond to what he's saying, okay? Now, this man went ahead, which means he is actually not well informed, okay? Because the Liberation Army said that they will be releasing that man the same day that they made that video, right? So there is no reason saying that they should go and rescue the man. No, the man is not being held captive, okay? They actually held him to release him. They should have sent him to God to go and judge him, but they allowed him to actually testify what he is doing today. So this man does not understand the whole story. Then another thing is saying that they should go with their mighty, powerful power that they know they have. These people dwell in their past glory. During the ECOMOG, they still think that the Zoo terrorist military still possesses that power that they used to have. No, they don't. They no longer have the might. They no longer have the zeal. People are no longer willing to fight for them. Okay, even the military there are actually complaining. So if you don't have people that are happy with serving you, you wouldn't get the best from them. And That is just from their side, but from our own side, our people are volunteered army. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said this thing many times, that a volunteer army can never be defeated, that you should go and check all over the world. No place that you will see an army that volunteered himself to serve his people, or should I say fight for the liberation of his people, that you will see being defeated. It's not possible. So that is what is going on. But these guys don't have information for them to know that a war has been going on in Biafra land, and the same zoo that he's glorifying has been decimated many times. So he doesn't understand that, and he's still talking as if he knows what is going on. So he doesn't have a clue. So let's continue.
Thank you very much. Let me stay with you on this issue. You said something about this case not being isolated. I think it has a broader perspective.
Absolutely.
So in the sense that it should have a broader perspective, do you think that it's some kind of selective justice on the part of the Nigerian army, to take the case of IPOB to the ICC and Amnesty International, the same Amnesty International that has several times called out the Nigerian army against inhuman treatments to civilians. And again, for the fact that the Nigerian army have not been able to take this same case of Boko Haram, bandits and terrorists to the ICC. You recall what happened when Jonathan tried headlong, to decimate the terrorists. And it was like, oh, we are going to ICC because in here, Jurika, you are chief of army staff. You people are killing my people and all of that. So do you think it amounts to selective justice on the part of the Nigerian army to do one thing in this case and do another in another case in the same jurisdiction?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's part of the reason that I'm skeptical towards this, their call, because it's one. I mean, look, that's one single individual. One individual that is maltreated by any unlawful means or whatever is too much. You don't have to get to 2 or 3. So we have to condemn that. But my goodness, I mean, the kidnappings that are happening every day in this country, people taking ransom and then still killing the victims. Where was the Nigerian army and where was their petition to the ICC? When all of these things were happening. For me, it's ridiculous. I think that sometimes these government officials really do need a bit of reorientation. They have to take it.
Okay, so my people, I will be stopping here because this man doesn't even know what he's saying. He's not responding to the question the other man tabled to him. The other man asked him a question, that why are they now trying to call on the same Amnesty International that has many times called out for them to stop massacring innocent civilians and the IPOB members that have been carrying out kind of protests that they need a separate nation without guns and ammunition, and they will begin to kill them. So why are they now crying? That is what this man asked the other man that is just jumping up and down. So he couldn't answer. Anyway, my people, I just wanted to bring this one for you to see what people are saying. People have already understood, because even the man that does not know what he's saying at least understands that zoo terrorist military are terrorists and they have notorious practices. Okay, for him to acknowledge that, that's enough, because that's what we want people to know, that these guys can't be trusted. He said it as well. So that is what you have to know. So these guys, nobody has their confidence, nobody believes in zoo terrorist military because they are terrorists, and the evidence of that is littered all over the internet. So, and they know that they can't go to ICC. They know. In fact, PM, if I even show you guys, you will see where PM said that he has almost how many hundreds of copies of compiled killings that these people meted on our people. Okay, so all the things that they have done to our people, Simon Ekpa has compiled it. And I know he started doing this thing even when Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was still with us, because I used to join them in the fundraising where Mazi Simon Ekpa has been the one compiling those files containing the people of Biafra that have been injured, the ones that have been killed, and all that. So PM has been actually doing the work. Other than that, here is where we are drawing the curtain. So if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do well to click that subscribing button and press that bell icon so that anytime I upload another video, you'll be notified. Give me thumbs up as well. Until I come your way next, have a beautiful day. Shalom.